Hi everyone, Jen Fuentecilla here, Director of Christian Education at First United Methodist Church in Chula Vista. Today I have a member of our Social Justice Life group who's been sharing some time with us every Wednesday for the past couple of weeks, and I'll let him introduce himself. Good morning.
Good morning, Jen. My name is Michael Mitchell. I don't live in Chula Vista. I live in Oceanside, California, which is the north part of the county. I'm part of the San Luis Rey Valley United Methodist Church and part of the CalPAC conference. So one of the things I do, I serve on the district planning and strategy with our DS, and also do other stuff inside of the conference and inside of our district.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me this morning, Michael. So share, how has life been for you within your role, for your family, for you yourself during this pandemic?
I think, the first part of the pandemic, I think it very trying, just like with everyone else, just in a sense of back in March when we went into the quarantine and the shutdown and having to stay at home. And it was just a time of, I guess, confusion and just trying to understand everything that was going on. But interestingly enough, it was a time of great reflection, just in a sense of life slowed down to the point where you just start reassessing a lot of stuff that is important in your life and things that aren't really important in your life. And also trying to connect the ties that bind to each other, with friends, with family, and stuff like that. And also, too, I help out with my sister, with my niece and nephew with schoolwork. Just trying to, juggle everything with work, helping with homework, helping, with home life. So it was a mixed bag. And then we fast forward to mid-May, and everyone knows what happened with George Floyd. That is through another aspect into this COVID-19 crisis. And so just in a sense of, I guess the proverbial phrase I would say is that George Floyd was a catalyst into re-exposing a lot of issues that have been swept under the proverbial rug here in the United States. And so it's just trying to deal with that, trying to deal with the conversations, and trying to deal with the issues of racism, police brutality, and stuff like that as at the forefront, and trying to be constructive with doing the structural change that needs to be done for the betterment of everyone, not just Black America, but for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I, can share in some of the things that you said with the pandemic. Life doesn't stop, but yet it stops in certain ways. So you still have to take care of each other, nieces and nephews, your children, your sisters, your brothers, your community. Now, you're right. I agree with you that the issues surrounding our African-American brothers and sisters and the murder of George Floyd did unveil certain issues and things that have been weighing on our communities, or people in our community and their hearts for so long. What would you say are some things that people can do within their local communities to care for one another, to care for themselves, and to be a part of better solutions for the future?
Most definitely. I guess, the way I look at this is that I've been asked this question, especially by my white brothers and sisters and people who aren't African American. What can I do to help this situation out, or be an ally, or just do something that is constructive? And so I guess I give, it's a two-part question, in a sense of there's something that's very scalable and very easy to do. And then there's the bigger part, which is part of the macro solution, which is a little bit more difficult. So let's start at the 5,000 or the 1,000 foot level, I would say.
Let's do it.
Perfect. So the 1,000 foot level is very simple. It's that, say for example, you're in a situation, Jen, you and I are in a situation, and someone says something very coarse about me in front of our faces. They say, "Oh, I see you're talking to Michael. He's your new black friend. You'll speak up and say, no, this is Michael, my friend that I'm speaking to. And it's the point that I make is that it's very easy being someone's friend or sticking up for your friend when that friend is around. But it's a lot harder being someone's friend when they're not around. So if you take that same situation and Michael's not in the picture and someone says something racial about Michael, the appropriate way or the easiest way to be an ally is like, hey, don't refer to him by his race. Just say, hey, it's Michael. And so basically what I'm saying is speak up. If you hear something racial or something that is derogatory, speak up. That's the easy level. Easy level.
So at the 1,000-foot level, speak up, say
Exactly.
something.
Say something. Say something. Even if it's uncomfortable. But people are always saying, oh, well, I may, lose a friend or lose a family member or whatever. But would you rather suffer in silence and know they have those viewpoints and keep on going? Or would you rather have it all out in the open and know where they stand and then make a decision and go forward from there? Next level up is that it takes a little bit more involvement and a little bit more research. Is that doing more research into American history. And what I mean by that is that reading books that are not school-based. And the reason why I say that is that American history is very sanitized and it's very whitewashed in the sense of it takes out all the negative parts, it takes out all the unsanitary parts, and it gives a very idealistic point of view instead of presenting the facts as they are or how things went along back in the 16, 17, 1800s, 1900s, and even presently. So doing your research about history. And then also, if you want to take it up to the 30, 40, 50,000 foot level, so this is big picture now, if you want to get involved and step up and be involved politically, first you have to know who your representatives are. So you can start very easily. Start wherever you live. So say, for example, you live in Chula Vista. You can find out what district you live in, see who your city council person is, and also find out your information for who your mayor is, and then write a letter about police tactics or about their policies about discrimination. Basically, what I'm getting at is having a conversation with your local officials about what is going on in your community. Then you take it up to the 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 foot thousand level is you find out who your state representatives are and your state senators are, and you do the same process. And and the point is this: do what you're comfortable with. I'm not asking you to be Martin Luther King or whatever. Do what you feel is comfortable, and it's not done overnight. Just do it in very piecemeal approach. Maybe you reach out to your city council person this week, and then next week you reach out to the mayor, and then once you get a response back, you start the dialogue with those two people, and then you go forward from there. So those are my approaches right now. I would say for anyone who wants to be an ally or do something constructive, and start there. I would say those are starting points of trying to fix the solution, fix the problem for a solution.
Let's outline those steps again. So
Okay.
at the 1,000-foot level, we're talking about speaking up, saying
Exactly.
something. If you are noticing an injustice, or if you notice an injustice, speak up, say something.
Exactly.
The next level would be to say again. Sorry.
Next level would be to contact your city council person, so know what district that you're living in. Contact your city council person and the mayor, because at the end of the day, they represent you for your specific local jurisdiction. That's the next step. And then have a conversation about racial discrimination and police brutality, and go forward from there. Next step after that is finding out who your state representatives is, and who your senators are, and also I should add who your county supervisor is for your specific area, and having the same conversations and going forward from there.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
There's lots of important work to be done. I know I want to be an ally. I know that there are many who do want to be a part of the solution. So outlining those steps and hearing them over and over again is important. And
most definitely.
Doing the research
most definitely
is what you mentioned. What you mentioned also. Lots of great books, TED Talks, videos out there that can really help in being part of the solution as well. What are some things that we can be, our church can be in prayer about for you and your family, or other things that are weighing on your hearts? What would you like to lift up in prayer at this time?
I guess, prayer, the first prayer is for thoughtful reconciliation, in a sense of that we're hearing each other. The way I look at it is just like this. It's we're a dysfunctional family that has not been listening to each other. And the prayer is that we listen to each other with open hearts to solve this issue, so that we can't, I hate when people say, I dislike when people say, oh, so we can go back to how things were, or go back to loving each other how we were in the past. The past didn't work. That's why we're here right now. So the prayer is that for thoughtful reconciliation to build a better future with each other. The second one is to, I guess, just for peace for everyone. Just everyone is stressed out. Everyone has a very heavy load right now, and everyone is dealing with a lot. And so just in a sense of, this peace at heart, and peace with each other. And personally, I guess, just for direction, just in a sense of understanding what God wants me to do during this situation, and just in general. And so just for direction. And then lastly, for the family, just, prayer for protection and prayer for health. And but I extend that for everyone, prayer for protection, prayer for health, and prayer also, and this is a very important, prayer for mental health also, just in a sense of we've all been disconnected from everyone, everything, and there's a lot being thrown at us at the same time, with this COVID crisis and with the racial stuff. And so, just making sure that we're mentally doing okay if we're not getting the resources and the help that we need.
Well, you'll definitely be in my prayers, and I know that our congregation will definitely be praying for peace and for wisdom and for guidance for all of us, and for our health and well-being. Thank you so much for sharing those points and for your time today.
Thanks, Jen. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
I look forward to chatting again soon.
Most definitely. Take care.
Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.